we're with Mr. John Lown, whose family has been involved with the coal trade here in Martham, well, quite literally, for generations. So where did it all start?
That's a picture of my old grandfather.
And was he John Lown as well?
He was James.
He was
James David, and I'm John David.
And where were his premises?
Well, the premises were, as when the railway was running, as we had premises down the station yard. We had nowhere else. All the coal used to come by rail.
So did you have your own siding as well once upon a time?
We did do, more or less, but we had rented. That was rented from...
Oh, yes.
Right, yeah. Oh, in fact, we had two, yes.
So he would have started in the 1890s. And this gentleman here, who is
That's
this?
my grandfather, yeah.
He looks very smart.
Well, he was... From my life, what I known with him, he always walked with two sticks.
Really?
They tell me he broke his thigh, years ago, and of course they couldn't be repaired at that time,
But he ran the coal business.
Well, and as pork butchers as well.
On two sticks?
Yes. They were pork butchers in the corner of the village on the green.
That's an unusual blend, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is my uncle, my father's brother.
So did he work with your father?
That's right,
on the rounds?
Yes.
Were they business partners?
Oh, yes, yeah. When I started work, we had 2 lorries and 1 horse. That was 1944, 45.
So you still had
They
a
still
horse?
had the horse. If we come back a little further, my old grandfather, I think they bought the whole site. That was a market garden in, I believe they told me, about 1935.
Oh, right.
We went out as far as Galston that way and out into Bluefield, Brundle, and up as far as Haysborough. Oh, yes. I think we employed 14, I believe, once.
Is that you there?
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Are you wearing an old battle dress?
Yeah, I wasn't in the army, but you used to wear them. Eh? And I started filling coal when I was, to brag about it, but when I was 14, and I started doing it around when I was 15.
So if you work at a day, a typical day in the Lown's coal yard, what time would you start?
We never did start late clock.
Well, that's very civilised.
Yeah, well that is, I don't know why, it was late clock, and I think we about 5:30, I believe.
What would the first job be in the morning?
Well, the first job we would, what lorries, to load them up with. And of course, that all had to be filled by hand.
What did each sack weigh?
At that time, it was 100 weight.
100 weight sacks?
Yeah, 50 kilos. As I say, the man would have been holding the bags and 2 filling, and they'd each get hold of the corner back, and you'd go like that and have it on your back. I don't know whether you know Martham River.
Yeah, yeah.
You know where the mill is?
Yeah.
But that's not now to carry half a ton of coal to that mill on your back.
Did you have a pint at lunch, you boys?
That's a funny thing. I never was a beer drinker. We always remember, you got Christmas time, what people would give you a drink. But I always remember when I did start work, I was with an old gentleman. And of course, we went to someone, and he said, well, they would give me a glass of rum, do you want one? I said, well, I never drunk rum. And he drank that rum and tipped it up, and so did I. But that's the last rum I ever did drink. Because that's another lovely picture on there.
That is a lovely one, and I think that shows the delivery lorry very nicely there.
That's a lot of that is, yeah. This is the modern way of filling coal. This machine goes straight into the heap. It comes in this hand in there and weighs, and you just sort of press another button to get a couple of pieces and get you on the way. We'd done 100 years trading, so we had this awarded from the coal board, that success for 100 years.
What is that?
That's a miner's lamp. See, that has got stamped at the bottom here somewhere.
Yes, I saw that down there.
Yeah.
J.D. Lown and Co.
From
British Coal to commemorate 100 years
That's right, yeah.
of trading. John Lown, thank you very much for talking to us.
Well, I enjoyed it, didn't you?
Thank you very much. Bless your heart.
Right.